Hey, welcome to today's video. So I really want to talk to you about when it's a good time to take a break from working on sleep, because there's so much pressure around sleep, and when I feel like there are so many key things that we don't realise that when we work on sleep actually make other areas of our little ones' lives harder. So as you can probably guess, a great time to take a break from working on sleep is actually when they're ill. I feel like this is the most obvious one because particularly when they have a temperature or they're uncomfortable. If you're looking at working on independent sleep, making your baby do that when they're not feeling very well is probably not the best idea. You're not going to have any success, and actually they just want cuddles, they want love. In my mind, always think about what you, even as an adult, would want from your parents or your loved one or your husband or your wife, whoever. When I'm ill, I want lots of sympathy, lots of cuddles, and just to be looked after. So it's definitely not the right time to be working on sleep or looking to work with a sleep coach. The next time is teething. Now, teething is a bit of a grey area, and the reason is some babies don't actually notice teething, others they really feel every single tooth. And with teething, the most painful part is actually when the teeth are moving around in the gums, so we can't see the teeth but they can really feel uncomfortable. So I would use your discretion when it comes to teething. If you can see they're really bothered by it and they are more unsettled, it's not the right time to be working on improving sleep, because you're never going to see that progress again. But the other time when I would recommend taking a break from working on sleep is actually when your baby is going through something developmentally. This causes sleep typically to regress, and we talk about big regressions, and this is definitely going to be another training, but typically there's actually no scientific research to suggest that sleep regressions exist in the way that we like to think they do. So we typically have the 4-month sleep regression, the 9-month sleep regression, the 18-month sleep regression. They are not actually scientifically proven to exist, but what we see is that when babies are developing and they're working on something, whether it be something physical, something cognitive, it doesn't really matter, we see that because their brains are in overdrive, they get really overtired much more quickly, and that overtiredness leads to sleep regressing. Again, we can go into this in another video, but when we see sleep typically regressing is often around development, and they are already dealing with quite a lot. So if you then want to throw in lots of sleep work, so working on independent sleep, for example, definitely important for so many babies and children to be able to sleep independently, and often they need help with it. But if they are in a regression or they're going through something developmentally and you just know that they're not in the right place, I think it's going to be really hard for you to work on sleep. The other thing to think about is big moments in life, so moving house, going on holiday, anything that's going to take you away from your normal routine for a longer period than, say, a week or two, is going to impact the success you're going to have when you work on sleep. Because moving house in itself is incredibly unsettling, and that can actually take weeks to months for little ones to settle. I think that's harder for children to settle than it is for babies. So if you've got children and you're moving house, you might find they take a lot longer to settle than a baby. Babies are actually more adaptable to that, but if you're going on holiday and there's jet lag and things like that, it's not probably the right time to work on sleep. It sounds probably like there are no good times to work on sleep, but you will find a window, and when you do, definitely work with a sleep coach. There are so many amazing ones out there. I know I am a sleep coach, but we have hundreds of sleep coaches in our school who are all training to work as coaches, not consultants. There's a really big difference. And you absolutely deserve and should have that help when you're working on sleep, so you can get that plan together, you can formulate a plan of action. If you want to dive in and you don't want to have that one-to-one support yet, our Infant Sleep SOS programme is £47, and it's so full of amazing educational content, and it will help you get better sleep for your little one, and it will help you feel like you have a plan. And so much of this is about having a plan. But there are definitely some key times when you can't work on sleep, and I really hope that this video has helped you, and I will catch you in the next one.